Hey friends. So the other day I made this video and it was basically chastising those people who had not seen the movie Captain Marvel but were absolutely convinced that it was some feminist conspiracy, and basically they got hysterical about it and have been for a long time. And I was complaining that, hey, they've never even seen the movie, and what I see of them is they're all lying about the reviews. I didn't get it, but okay, that's what you're saying. So anyway, uh, in that video, I made two promises. I said when the movie came out, I would actually go see it. So I will have an informed review about it. I know they probably can't understand that, but that was my first promise. The other thing I said is, you know, I promise it's not going to change my perspective. I'm not going to become an uber feminist or become a woman hating misogynist. None of that stuff was going to happen. So, yeah, I went to see the movie last night and I can now fulfill my promise. So, first thing I'll say is no, I didn't change my views on women or feminism or social justice or any of those things, but then I was pretty deeply into those things from the very beginning. Uh, as for the movie itself, let me just say, it was fine. Okay? It was your standard mass-produced, entertaining Hollywood blockbuster. You know, if you like comic books, you ought to like this movie. It just fits right in with standard comic book tropes and superhero tropes, all that kind of stuff. So my general review is that, first of all, it's not a particularly feminist movie. It doesn't talk much about any kind of feminist theory. It doesn't propose anything radical. All it does is demonstrate representation, which is a pretty important thing and a good thing. So it's not screaming at you that you have to be a feminist. It's simply showing a movie with a woman in what is traditionally and stereotypically thought of as a masculine role. And again, why would you be upset about that? I don't. None of this makes any sense, but okay. So it's just a standard superhero movie with a good bit of representation. I also criticize it because, like your standard superhero movie, most of the conflict in the show is resolved by somebody beating someone else up. You know, the hero of the story is apparently an Air Force pilot of some sort. So it's a little bit pro-military there. And I'm trying to think if they solved anything with cleverness. Nope. It was solved with just power. The superhero has magic photon blast fists or something. So, okay. Again, if you like superhero comic books, this is nothing dramatic. This is nothing unusual. This is just comic book stuff. Okay? So I don't understand why a comic book artist would complain about a standard mode of thinking in their field being represented on the screen. Okay, so yeah, those little things sort of bothered me a tiny bit, but in general, it's just a fun movie. You go in, you sit down, you get your popcorn. It's got people in brightly colored clothing flitting about, fighting and punching each other. There's a bit of a dramatic story about two alien races warring over the earth and things like this. Yeah, I enjoyed it. The audience I was with were enjoying it. So lots of people cheering on the events in the story. When we left, people were smiling in the audience and chattering away happily about it. So, you know, it's not some earth-shaking great cinematic masterpiece, but then no comic book movie really is. But it was a nice little fun movie, a light evening out. So take it for what it is. Go enjoy it, sure. Or if you just want to be bitter and sit at home and cry about it, do that. Fine with me. Just stop lying about it, okay? It's a superhero movie. What more do you want? Okay, that sounds like a kind of tepid review of the movie, doesn't it? It's just a superhero movie. But you need that. You need some entertainment now and then. So just go with low expectations. You know, don't expect to see the next great movie that will win multiple Oscar awards. Expect to see a quiet evening of superheroes punching each other out and an audience having a good time and you having a good time and you getting to go home afterwards and not be too troubled by it. Yeah, be a real person and have a real life. Okay, that's basically all I wanted to say. So yeah, I saw it. It's a fine movie. If you're upset about it, you're weird. Just don't go see it. Okay, with that, I'll stop there and let you go. I fulfilled my obligation. I completed my promise. I can go back to watching the snowstorm pouring down outside my window. And we'll talk to you all later. Thanks for stopping by.